Hey, what's up, Rob?
Oh, just enjoying some coffee.
Oh, I didn't know you had any coffee. That's an adult thing to do.
Totally. We're adults.
You know what else adults have?
Mortgages.
That and
Pro-
back problems.
back
No,
pain. Yeah,
no,
exactly.
for
No,
real. Adults, they have artwork,
art on their walls. Yeah.
art on their walls. As you can see,
Yeah.
I have Dwight Schrute behind me.
Boom.
My brother gave that to me. And then this one, I actually drew myself because we went to Bonnaroo. It's like a poster. Anyway, I could use some really way better art in my house. And
honestly.
you know the best way to get beautiful landscape prints done?
Where's the best place to get those, Jordan?
Okay, there's an Etsy shop called Follow My Lead Design Co. It's amazing, bro. They have basically $5 digital versions, and then you print out, you go to Kinko's or whatever, and then you print out whatever you want. But they're real photos. I happen to know the person who took them.
No way.
I do, and you know them, bro.
What's their name?
I'm not gonna say. I don't know if I'm supposed to.
Oh, okay. This is a train wreck, but seriously, this person is a phenomenal photographer.
Phenomenal.
She's traveled the world taking awesome pictures, and
she's been to New Zealand like 7 times. Like, I don't even how do you even get there?
Where even is it? I don't know.
Ferry, like
but
not a
she
ferry
found it.
that you put your car on and you go, like a ferry, like a swish and
like
flick ferry.
Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell takes you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only way. She takes these
100%.
in real. She's real photos.
There's a real pictures that she's taken, and she's put prints up on her Etsy. And I mean, all jokes aside, they're beautiful.
They're really. There's no joking.
No joking.
There are no jokes. Put them. Don't even have them. They're not even aside. There's
You're
no
probably
jokes.
Looking at them if Jordan's still good at editing things. You're probably looking at some of the prints right now. I just set you up.
I'm gonna try to.
Okay,
yeah,
good
I'm
luck.
definitely going to. But no, they're great. If you need any sort of cool, like if you've been to New Zealand for one, and you want to just remember what the landscape looked or like what hobbits look like in real life, you can take a little piece of New Zealand and home with
you. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna go on tonight and buy one and send it to you, Jordan, to cover up that ugly mug right over your right next to your right shoulder right there.
Are you talking about Kevin James?
Yes, I'm talking about Kevin James, that dirty, rotten son of a biscuit eating bulldog. Anyway, check out this Etsy shop.
Follow
we'll put
my
the link
lead
in our description.
Follow my lead
design co. We'll put the link in the description and get some beautiful prints for your walls.
Yep. Jeremy, we still love you.
Yes.
MMA
Coliseum, the show
is blowing up. So we're just trying to share the love a little more.
Because obviously it's because of us.
It's right because of us. He's gotten 700 plus subscribers.
Yeah. Which is all, I mean, has to be because of us, obviously. So
check out Etsy, check out my brother's thing, check out anything
small business
that we say to do. Do what we say.
Smart.
Awesome. Let's start the show.
We're super smart. Thank you.
Happy or sad, it's story time with two fucking idiots.
Okay, shake it out. And welcome back. We're back.
Okay, yeah. We have to do it every single time. My name is Jordan.
I'm Robbie.
Those are our names. Let's get going.
Robbie Bach.
Jordan Field, I guess. That's me. My name is not that cool. It's just a noun.
Robert Allen over here.
Jordan Kyle.
Man, my
JKF.
brother.
JKF. Like, it's almost JFK, but it's like,
sure.
It's not.
It's like JFK, but like, just kidding. Fool.
Yeah, exactly. Glad you put it that way because we have some major news for you guys.
We do?
As of this morning, we have 101 downloads on our audio podcast, I guess.
Spotify,
Apple, all that stuff. And we've made a total of $1.07. So listen up, ladies. Hey! This is money being crisply.
Listen to it.
Old dollar bill. Yeah.
Do it one more time. I like that. Just keep doing it. Like now I can't. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I'm just.
I like the way you.
Right in here. Yeah, that's where that's gonna stay.
Yeah.
We're
Can't
rich,
wait
dude.
to
We're on
can't
our
wait to
way.
come visit you in Reno so I could throw the 8 cents at that picture with as much velocity as I can muster. Yeah, we're
dude.
rich, bitch.
We're rich, and it feels pretty good. It feels kind of how I knew it was gonna feel,
Yeah.
just like you want for nothing, and you always
Yeah.
have, what you need.
Seriously, money doesn't buy happiness. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
$1.07 proves you wrong.
Done.
Because I've been
The
flying
large.
high since I found that out 4 minutes ago.
What?
Yeah, I looked it up right before the pod. So
Oh. I
damn it, dude.
I am just probably unreasonably excited. I texted you that. I think I'm unreasonably excited
Sure.
that we have almost 1,000 total like views on between YouTube and the audio podcasts and the $1.07.
Yeah.
That's more than I've ever made trying to be funny. So
Is that really? I mean, I feel like you've probably stolen some money from people. Like you say a joke, they don't laugh, you get angry, they give you money based on your reaction.
if that was really how it worked, then I'd be lit. I'd be so pumped about it. But no, dude, I don't know. Well, besides that one time we pulled off that bank heist, and it was my job to make people laugh in the lobby to keep them distracted.
Yep.
While you and that gymnast snuck down to the vault, and he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he looked back, and we ended up with a couple million. But
yeah.
besides that, I mean, I don't think I've ever made a single dollar. I've paid money. I used to spend like $75 a week driving down to open mic nights in Chicago just on gas. And
we've made money as a band though.
True, we have
like $30 every so often to just rock the house for 20 minutes,
which we did, bro.
Yeah, and then we
Viper.
never even used that money for anything besides Denny's.
Yeah, it's always Denny's, bro.
It was always
if I'm
Denny's.
if I'm not eating a grand slamwich, then it's a strikeout.
If I don't have a lumberjack meal in front of me after we complete rocking, it's just not worth it. You know what I mean?
It's not worth it. Yeah.
My favorite thing about that is when we would walk in, there'd be like the 5 of us, including like girlfriends, friends. So we'd be like, yeah, we need a table for 14. And they'd be like, okay, let's push all of our booths out of the way and put together one huge Last Supper table for all of us.
It's 1 in the morning, and there's one server on and no cooks. And Pam is both serving and cooking.
Pam's got this bowling brace.
She's got both of them.
This bowling brace on her arm because a long time ago, she was in a major waitressing accident where she sprained her wrists, and they've never quite healed right. They need to be set again.
Yeah, happened. I could have swore it's because she loved jerking off people.
That could be it. I don't know if it was ever offered to us. We only got free hot chocolate every so often.
Well, she never said it. It's just like you looked in her eyes and you were like, I bet you've jerked off thousands of people,
I mean, haven't we all, honestly? For me,
I've jerked off one person,
one guy, but a lot. Like a lot of times.
Yeah. Oh, and then myself, me and that other guy. So
yeah, for sure, dude. I mean, if you really think about it, we're not wrong, people.
No. And my wrists work fine.
You're listening, knowing that that's true. And if you're sitting with somebody, you're knowing that they have also jerked off people as well.
Jordan,
I don't know if it's that way or this way, bro.
I'm looking at you on my end. Is it working?
Yeah, but I'm mirrored on my side because I had to have this shit make sense. The boom.
What?
Like the greatest performer alive had to be.
You didn't have to do anything, really, if we're being honest. I actually have been doing so. As you know, I've made some changes in my life.
Yep.
I'm going 3 days strong on yoga. If you follow my fitness Instagram. Oh man, look at me. I'm the last person in the world who should have a fitness Instagram, bro, right?
I mean, people have like cooking Instagrams that aren't good at cooking, so it's
True.
like, you know,
It's like
you're right up there with them. Like,
I'm making ramen in a cup. Like, okay, that's a whap. That's a whap.
you're trying, bro. You got it.
I'm trying. So anyway, like I said, quit smoking weed. I quit smoking cigarettes. If people didn't know that I smoke cigarettes, I'm sorry that you're finding out this way, but I don't anymore. Eating healthy every day. I just feel like I've been transforming both my body and my mind.
Sure.
And so, with that being said, Kevin James, you're still a bitch. Okay. I could still beat your ass. All right. I did want to thank you for one thing.
Yeah.
King of Queens did help me out a lot because it showed the world it was normal for like a beautiful woman to date a porker. You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure,
a
for sure.
thick boy.
Leia
And,
Remini back in the day.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah.
And now that she
even right now, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched literally, this isn't a plug or anything weird, but the King of Queens did a reunion table read yesterday for
Really?
like a charity event because Jerry Stiller was on the
Oh.
show and he died and they were just doing this thing. So it was like everybody was on their own Zoom screen and it was really hilarious. They did like a
Dude.
table read of an episode and then they just kissed each other's ass for like 40 minutes, which is cool.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
literally every single person was like Patton Oswalt was on there.
Love Patton.
The dude who played Deacon, his name's Victor or something Williams, I think. And like anytime they were like, what was it like being on the show? And they were just like, you know, the show was great, but Kevin really brought it like every episode. And it was just like mostly about Kevin James. I was like, all right, I get it. And even if I was him, I'd be like, all right, guys, talk about other people. Like, this is uncomfortable to me.
Yeah.
Like, quit it. Stop saying funny, nice things about me.
Literally.
I can't.
And that's why I was going to ask you to send it to me, but if they're complimenting him, then I want nothing to do with it.
It's on YouTube. I watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, that's where I think I've told you that's where I get all of my media. So
yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a good week for me, man. I feel like so many things when you take these steps to being healthier, you're like, why didn't I just do it before? Or why did I never quit? Like,
you're just becoming more self-aware of like your own bodily issues and, you know, your own mind. I think that's, you know, one step of the process.
Yeah, true. How many? I mean, only one?
There's probably like a billion steps, dude. I'm never gonna find the end of where the staircase leads.
Damn, dude.
That's stressful. We talked about those classes that I did last week, and I forgot to mention something because it hasn't hit me until this week. So when you we have to do like some sort of personality tests, and they're all just like it'll be a question like, should we, you know, you're driving on the street, you see a baby crawling across the road. Should you A, get out and help it, B, kick it in the face, C, get out and point it in the direction of another car? Like they're all just odd things, and normally there's like one answer, but sometimes they're all four really good. It'll be like help it, feed it, birth it, like it'll just be all sorts of
set up
stuff.
A college fund for it.
Exactly. And you're like, I don't even know what the right answer is, but all these questions determine your personality type, and you get these like abbreviated letters. And we were in the class, they were like, are you an introvert or an extrovert? And I was like, man, you know, I took mine a long time ago. I probably was an introvert back then, but I feel like I'm a little less now. But he was like, yeah, you were right. Actually, you were an introvert. You scored as an introvert. So I say that to my wife, Stephanie, and immediately she's like, yeah, it makes sense, actually. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I feel like I have some introverted like tendencies, but I can definitely like turn it on when I need to.
Yeah, Dr. Steph, what do you mean by that?
But like immediately she's like, yeah, I always want to go out on Friday, and you're always like, what, Netflix? And I'm like, you're right. So now that I know that I'm like that, I've been having these moments where I'm noticing how I'm feeling about stuff. No. So like there's like a group of people, like we were at the store the other day, and there was like a group of people laughing, and like internally I was just like, I'll never be like them. It's so stupid, but like it's not important, but it does make me laugh because I have been kind of feeling like, oh yeah, I do tend to not want to do that out in public. You know what I mean? Or it's just kind of
Yeah.
weird, but it's,
Ooh.
I don't know. I feel like I can, like I said, I feel like I can turn it on when I need to, but I
Yeah,
also want to just like crumple into like a closet and
of
never get
course.
out some days. So, you know,
You I mean, I've always seen like I mean, we've been friends since before like before confidence was even like a factor or whatever,
sure.
like
Yeah.
so we were just kind of like, oh, you play the trumpet, me too. Now we're best friends.
Yeah.
And so we're pretty similar in a lot of ways. I think that I'm a 100% an extrovert. Like
Yeah.
I
Steph
don't
was
think
asking me,
there's
she was like, you should bring that up on the podcast so you guys could maybe you can have Robbie take the test. And I was like, do you really think that Robbie
yeah,
wouldn't be an extrovert? Like
I don't need
he's
any
wearing a
fucking tests,
tutu all the time. Like he's
They're
constantly
comfortable, Jordan.
he would constantly be like, you
Let
know,
your boys breathe. Sorry, I'm stuck on the
yeah.
tutu. No, I agree. It's like I don't know. I've always been that way. I've always like
I think
been
it's a good thing.
crazy.
I don't think it's bad.
I think so. It's exhausting though. It really
For
can be.
sure.
Like on a mildly serious note, when you are the person who's always, and you can understand this like at a party, you know what I mean? Like when you're the
Yeah.
person who's always entertaining everybody, everyone expects you to be that person.
Yeah.
And it can
How many times
be
have we talked and like we're on our way to a party and like even if I am an introvert, Robbie is like my like special drug. Like when Robbie's with me, it's just like this
Aw.
podcast. It's
Yeah.
I'm very calm and I can feel, you know, free to do anything. So how many times have we been on our way to somewhere and I'd be like, dude, I don't want to be on tonight, man. I just
Yeah.
don't want to like I just want to go and chill. I don't want to have to be like, anyway, you guys heard of Abbott Costello? Here we
Yeah.
go. And then like fucking perform a skit for people. I don't
Well,
want that.
two things. First thing, I don't think you realize how nice what you just said to me was. That was
It's the truth though, man.
I
Like
know you that's very sweet. Honestly, I'm not crying. I do plenty
uh-oh,
of that on my
his
own.
box is wide open.
Oh no. The Velcro. I need more Velcro. Oh, that's a callback. But also like, yeah, it's always like we're in the car, either we're on the phone or something on the way there, or we're sitting in the car and we take like that deep breath. We're like, right. And then we're like, we're just gonna lay low tonight. But then as soon as they open the door, we like push ourselves inside. We're like, the party's here, bitches. Buckle up for the ride.
Yeah, it is exhausting. And you know the worst thing about it though is if let's say you're at a party and you're just not feeling it
Yeah.
because you're tired or whatever, people automatically assume that you're like not having fun.
Hey, are you okay?
They're like, "What's wrong?" And you're
You
like,
doing all
"No,
right?
I'm fine." I find myself giving that answer so
Yeah.
often in my life because I'll just be quiet and they'll be like, "You seem down.
Well,
What's the problem?" And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just
I'm
because I'm not
fine.
actively cartwheeling throughout this party.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly normal. I don't have anything going on right now. I'm fine.
And
Quit worrying about me.
I
You're
mean,
making me less fine by
yeah,
asking me
stop
this question.
asking. I'm like, they don't want the real answer because the real answer is I had like a double meat carnitas burrito bowl for lunch and I've been fucking shitting my pants for 3 hours and I'm dehydrated. Okay. So
Mm.
can I just have a glass of water in 15 minutes to warm up to the party, please?
That's your fucking idiot tip of the week.
Of
Is
the week.
sometimes the answer you want isn't the answer you want.
No,
um,
exactly.
the
Just
question
take
you're
what I'm giving
asking,
you.
yeah, just relax. There's no reason to push, really. I mean, push in both your diarrhea terms and push the agenda that you're trying to get across here.
Yeah, when speaking of both entertaining at parties and taking shits, I think the best way to do it is just to relax,
Just let it happen.
just let it flow.
You're
Just,
gonna tear something either way if you put
dude, I've been doing yoga for 3 days. Do I look awesome? Do I look skinny, bro?
I mean, you feel like you have like more confidence to me,
Yeah,
and
dude.
I don't
Fuck
really
that
know.
shit. That's funny you say that. Confidence has been a blessing and a curse.
Sure.
Growing up, my dad was a big guy as well, but same way. He's life of the party. He walks in, he was singing karaoke, whatever he's got to do. He was always just glowing, right? And so I learned from a young age that
He
I
was
could be.
radioactive.
He
is
was,
what it was.
yeah. He
There's nothing he could do.
he did get bit by a spider. That was okay. So I've always had confidence just my whole life. You know, he lifted me up. At 9 years old in Florida, I sang karaoke at some like, I mean, it was like a cloud of smoke. It was a smoky bar
Sure.
in the middle of like Sarasota or something. I don't even know where that is. And he was like, yeah, get up there and sing. And it changed my life. From that moment forward, I've always been confident, right?
Yeah.
But the problem is that confidence can kind of trick you sometimes.
Mm.
And I'll get up and get dressed and I'll look at myself in the mirror and I'll be like, God, you look fucking good. You're good looking. You're funny. And God damn it, people like you, whatever, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then it's like you walk around the corner and there's another mirror out of the corner of your eye. And your brain doesn't have time to like convince you that what you're looking at looks good because it's just a quick glance. And I'm
Yeah.
like, ugh, is that what I look like?
Yeah.
Is that what people see when they look at me?
Oh yeah, that's the worst. Like I wish I could just gouge everybody's eyes out. And just be like, nobody look. We're fine.
Don't
I'll lead you guys.
Just with a
follow
spoon,
me.
just like 2 at a time.
Yeah, just take them out.
Yeah,
it's true, man. I mean, for like Brad Pitt, I'm sure confidence has always been like his best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like humble. And he's just like, you know what? Shania Twain wrote a song about me. That's gotta be a fucking cool feeling. But I don't know. Maybe confidence ruined his life too because he cheated on Jennifer Aniston, bro.
Well, with what 2002 Angelina Jolie?
Like, okay, I'm just saying, you left. Like, I mean, come on, bro. Like,
God, I don't know.
Which one's
Jennifer
better?
Aniston,
The one who's John Voight's daughter, who's a crazy person, or Jennifer Aniston, who lives with her best friend Monica in a apartment
in a New York apartment?
Which one is the best? I feel like one of them is struggling. Dude. She needs help.
Is Angelina still active? Has she done anything? I mean, she's like, okay, she's a good person. She has like adopted like 31 kids from Cambodia, and she donates money and stuff. And she like, I think has probably made some water sources drinkable in some third world countries.
She also trained James McAvoy to kill people by curving bullets all day. Like that's
it's like, do you want that or do you want Jennifer Aniston, who's still super hot? You know what I mean? It's like, you know,
I'm gonna go Jennifer. I feel
I know it's like I don't care about your philanthropic.
Yeah, deeds. Like Tomb Raider wasn't even that good. Like,
no.
I am a Horrible Bosses fan, and Jennifer had it going on. I'm just saying, she's like 50 or something. I don't know what it is, but.
And when you turn 50, you're fucking gross always. You know what I mean? But she still looks good.
Yeah, I mean, it must be nice.
Wouldn't it be?
We're not that close to 50, but
no,
we're kind of
close
also
to
not
50.
That far.
Yeah, we're on the other. We're on.
When I turned
the
25,
later years of our life.
When I turned 25, I remember I was like, I'm halfway to 50. Like it was just like a weird. I wasn't super bothered by it, but I did have that thought because it was true. It wasn't. My whole life, I never ever felt old, and then randomly, it's actually funny. Billy Withers, when I turned like 19, 20, maybe, he was like, hey, do you feel old? You know how like those stupid fucking phrases that people say. And he was like, do you feel old? And I was like, no. And then he was like, you know what makes me feel old? And I was like, what?
Oh God, don't even.
And he was like, the fact that the NFL rookies are younger than me. And I was like, well, thanks for ruining my fucking Wednesday, Billy.
Literally. We're almost old enough that NFL rookies could technically be our children. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
NBA for sure. Like what, 13? There was kids that had kids at 13, 14. Like we could have a kid in the NBA. Well, obviously not us because
we're white and terrible.
Hey.
But... Oh.
I was gonna say because we're not tall enough. I was gonna say white.
True.
I was gonna say white for sure.
No.
Oh man.
But yeah, dude, I never really felt old until then.
Yeah, I hate that stuff. It was probably payback for that time you ruined his solo in 7th grade jazz band. You remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do.
You remember that,
I
Jordan?
do remember. We're not going to talk about that.
Yes, we are.
No, we're not.
You just gave him a casual "don't choke," and
I think I
it
said something
worked.
like, "Hey, don't screw up," or something,
Yeah.
just subtly.
I hate to laugh. Hopefully he would laugh now about it, but that was like probably that probably ruined your guys's. You'd be best friends to this day
I
if you
still
wouldn't
like
have
him.
said that.
I just haven't talked to him in 10 years. Maybe it's that reason. No,
It's on purpose. He
It
doesn't
was-
like you.
it was horrible because then not only did that ruin the song,
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Way to go, Jordan!" And I was like,
Jordan,
"Oh, man, I'm in
You
6th
felt-
grade. I don't know what I sorry. I'm
Azul
really
was
sorry.
the name of the song.
Azul, yep.
Ba, ba. The thing is too that like you did you hear that?
Yeah, that was
bumped me. That was weird. You obviously felt bad about it, but since everyone was yelling at you, you got defensive because that's what I mean. We're in 7th, 6th, 7th grade. We don't know how to deal with our emotions.
No.
You're like, shut up. It's his fault that he sucked. Okay. You didn't say that, but you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I definitely felt bad, and then I just was like,
leave me alone.
I gotta fucking defend myself because I didn't mean anything by it. Damn it, man.
Oh, you ruined both his day. Dude, you ruined his day, his week, his month, and even his year.
Honestly, I'll be there for you, but not that day. That was
Oh, I dropped my phone.
all right. Well, do you need it or?
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Sorry, going back to what you were talking about, stupid things.
Stupid phrases.
Because what did you say to me the other day?
I don't know. Hello.
Yeah, that's the one, right?
Fucking
like
stupid
those
asshole.
those. Oh God, can you help me out here? It's I can't remember what the phrase is, but it's one of those things that everyone says.
Oh, like to me, like when you're like at work or something, and somebody's
Yeah.
like, "Are you hardly working? Or are you working hard or hardly working?" You're like,
Yeah, hardly working.
like I hate that so
Mhm.
much.
Sure.
But if you want to succeed in life, you need to kind of kiss ass every once in a while.
Yeah.
I feel like that's one of the moments where you just need to like
Mhm.
be like, sure thing, Bob, and like actually, yeah, like react. But like right after you're done, as soon as they're like working harder, harder working, you're like, you know it. You
Yeah.
kind of just go back into yourself and you're like, shut the fuck up, Bob.
Yeah. Literally. It's like, don't say that to me.
Like, how many times in your life either have you heard this or said it yourself? Because you have to, like I said, you have to participate.
Yeah.
How many times has been like somebody been like, "Hey, Robbie, how's it going?" And you're just like, living the dream.
Hey, just another day in paradise.
Oh, dude,
yeah.
it's just the worst feeling. I hate it so much.
Is that an everyone thing, or is that
It's white people only.
it's a
bro.
white people thing, right?
Yeah,
like
I
old white
can't-
dads.
Yeah, it's white dads. It's
Yeah.
wads.
Wads. How embarrassing that's what we're gonna be. We're already kind of
Honestly,
right?
I can't wait for it, but I can at the same
Yeah.
time. Like, I don't want to do that, but people that are really, really good at it are
Yeah.
like on another level of comedy to me. Like, it's not
I mean,
funny.
There's
but
a few people who really
Yeah.
you have to applaud anyone who devotes that much effort into remembering little common niceties or whatever. You know
It's
what I mean?
ridiculous, dude. Yeah, dude. Steph's uncle, John, is so good at it that it's so annoying because you're just
Mhm.
like, dude, I just want to have a normal conversation with you.
Yeah, I'm
without
just
you just dad joking me to death right now.
literally your dog just died. I'm asking how you are. Like, you don't have to be like 2 in the bush is worth 1 in the whatever. Okay.
Dude, I remember one time I was going to hang out with him up north and I texted you and I was like, dude, all he does is just dad joke you to
Yep.
death. It's really
Yep.
funny, but it's like also like tiring to just
It's
be
like-
like, I'm just asking what you want for dinner. I don't care that your name is hungry or whatever. You know, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, I'm hungry. Well, I'm thirsty. Like, shut up. I just want to
Yeah.
know what you want.
Nice to
And-
meet you, hungry.
Dude. And so I remember I texted you and I was like, dude, it's been an hour and he's already hit me with like 3 or 4 in a row. And then
Mhm.
your response back to me was like, did it hurt? And I was like,
Yeah.
fuck, fuck.
Oh, Pat's
Really
mom
funny.
You'd be like, hey, I'm gonna go jump in the shower, and she'd always be like, don't slip. And so every time I said that, he says it,
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's so funny.
Yeah, dude,
Niceties? Was that
those
the right word?
niceties or
Yeah.
nice titties, if you wanted to think of it
Don't
like
say-
that. It's pretty much spelled very close. I don't know.
Nice titties. Yeah, I like that. I like the
Nice
sound of that.
titties. I mean, is it a nicety to comment about some nice titties?
Some nice titties. Only if you're like, watch out for the avalanche, your boulders. I don't know. I really tried to put something together there at the last
It's just
second.
like white dads and I don't know, white moms, I guess, too.
Yeah,
Just,
I mean, I'm trying to think at the restaurant, like,
yeah, I'm sure while you were bartending, I'm sure you
Yeah.
participated in this.
hey, guys, this has been great. Serving you has been awesome. And I can't say that about everyone, that's for sure. You know what I'm talking about, right? And then I'll be like, is there anything else I can grab for you? Dessert or anything? Like, the winning lottery tickets. $1 million. And I'm like, oh, I wish I had it. Let me grab your check. And they're like, oh, no, you can keep that.
Yeah. They're like, you can
Oh.
give it to my son. He's paying this time.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
I guess you're doing dishes.
yeah, seriously, the dishes, right?
Ugh, it's just the worst. It's
Anyway.
fun, but it's just the worst. I have
I-
like zero respect for that kind of comedy on a
Mm-mm.
laughable level.
Yeah.
But mentally, I actually am kind of like it's pretty impressive that you
Dude.
have that in your brain all day long.
And I'm all for any kind of positivity. I'd much prefer that than like,
Yeah, who wouldn't want, at least positive
yeah.
Conversations.
But I'm not like the fake laugh. Luckily with the mask on, I can like do what I can be like, so then we can laugh without smiling,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they don't get the satisfaction of seeing me smile. Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
They just get the audio. I saw a funny video about a guy who was like, when we take masks off, and it's like, while talking to people, and legit, I make some crazy faces under that mask. So
Really? I'm
Yeah.
typically trying to keep the mask on my fucking face.
Sure.
It's like I have a couple that I wear that like I can't wear my glasses with them because they just fog up immediately. It's so
Yeah.
freaking annoying.
Of course.
But normally like they'll just start sliding and they'll just be
Mhm.
like, and I'll be like, oh, one of those morons who can't put it over their nose.
The nose,
You're
yeah.
like, all right, let me just readjust this.
Sure.
Uh,
I was talking to Matt he works with my mom
sure.
wherever they work. I can't say it obviously because this is an inappropriate podcast.
Yeah.
And I signed a paper that said I would represent the company well. Joke's on you. Anyway, and he's like, honestly, he's an extreme introvert. He's like a germaphobe and has no confidence, which is crazy because he's honestly probably the funniest person.
But just like me, he can turn it on at the same time too. 'Cause
True.
I've been with him many times where I've been like, I've seen him do stand up.
Yeah, he leans. Oh, true.
Yeah.
What did he call his fans? Fuckleheads, right? And he was like, now we're all fuckleheads. He might be the catalyst to this podcast. I'd love to have him on, but
For sure.
he was like, nothing's really changed for me. And honestly, I love hiding behind the mask. I was like, yeah, Matt's over here calling Wuhan. Like, you got something else you can send our way? Maybe a 2-year.
Have you guys
this time?
tried fermented raccoon? Because if we just leave it out in the sun for like 3 or 4 days, put it in a bag, ship it here, it'll be great for us. Let's just
Literally
keep this going. That's hilarious.
Oh man. But
Dude,
yeah,
the thing with the masks that's starting to get on my nerves is that like people they're everywhere, like on the
Mhm.
ground. I see
Oh,
them
yeah.
all the time. And it's like, dude, just throw it away. Like, I
Throw it
don't
away.
know. I have like
Recycle
80
it.
masks in my car just from
Yeah.
random. And I'm just like, these will stay in my car until I go to a McDonald's drive-through one day and I just throw them out in that weird, always fucking full drive-through garbage can.
That shit is always full. You're right.
If it's not full, I'm like, is there even a bag in there? I don't want to put anything in there. If it's not billowing out of the fucking top.
Oh yeah. You're like, this McDonald's must suck. It can't be busy enough. for people to be throwing trash away.
Dude, we talked about this before. Like, it's not even McDonald's trash in there.
No, dude.
There's like people that are like throwing away their old VCRs and like Pampers. And
yeah, dirty diapers.
Whatever is just shoved in, like that little extendable slide arm thing that they have. It's a great invention. You know, you don't have to throw it because people are going to throw and miss and then not clean it up.
Agreed.
But that arm does no good when it's also full as fuck.
Yeah, like how
anything in there.
How could they even change the bag? You know, like as soon as they take the lid off,
they must
need a whole second bag.
They must put like a huge bag over the entire contraption.
Yeah.
And then just knock it over and be like, all right, at least it's in a bag.
And if it's not the perfect depiction of America, like you drive up to it to throw something away, and there's like a Burger King cup inside of a Taco Bell cup, inside of a Wendy's cup, inside of a fucking Hardee's cup, it's shoved
a Russian doll of trash inside of that garbage can.
Because we're hooked on fast food, bruh.
It's fast and it technically is food.
Food technically, yeah, for sure.
But you have to be like a surgeon to just be like, all right, there's a credit card like piece, like a little width that I can like, I can kind of just jam this in, and then once I get it in, as long as it stays, I'm done. Oh, yeah. I don't care if it's hanging out, ready to fall with the first gust of wind. I did my part.
Out of sight, out of mind, you know?
Yeah, out of sight.
Empty it. McDonald's.
Yeah. Get a guy that just goes out there every like 13 minutes just to be like, all right, it's not full yet. Okay, cool. And when it is, empty it. Like,
listen, I don't want to make this a political or a super controversial podcast.
Here it comes.
But it's like, if you can't empty that garbage can, do you really deserve $15 an hour, McDonald's employee? Okay, that's more than I make, and I save lives. All right.
Remember the ravioli story? Call back episode 3.
Check it out. I literally saved a man's life.
Anyway, yeah, dude.
Finally coming to terms with it a month later. I'm joking. Obviously, I think everyone deserves to make $1 million an hour or whatever, but yeah, like not if you can't empty that garbage can.
No, yeah, you need to be able to. Has there ever been a job that you've had that you haven't just been awesome at it?
Well, there was that time that we worked together that we were awesome at our job, but we were just like 2.5 hours late every day.
Okay, that is not
our fault.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It was not. Bad.
But we were awesome
there was
at the
traffic
job when we were there.
There was traffic, and I didn't wake up on time. How would you expect me to get there on time?
Exactly. Like, oh, there's no traffic at 6:30 when I'm supposed to be driving to work.
Yeah.
Well, there is at 9:30 when I got out of bed.
And I had to stop at a drive-through on the way there because I was hungry.
And then I had to stop at the gas station to throw my garbage out because the garbage can was full.
Exactly. Dude, we
were
good at that job, but we were the worst fucking employees
the worst
in the world. I literally got fake fired by our boss
to scare you into getting there on time. Right?
He called me out of the room and was just like, it was such a relaxed place, you know, it wasn't ever a big deal. And he was like, hey man, can I talk to you? And I was like, sure. What's he gonna what? And he was like, he took a drag of his cigarette and he was like, you're fucking fired, man. And I was like, oh, you mean 38 days in a row of being 2.5 hours late is gonna actually impact my career here? And when I reacted like, wow, fuck. And he was like, well, you're not, but you're gonna be if you don't ship up or whatever. And I was like, wow, you got me. Because then they put me on like some sort of improvement plan where I had to come in at like 10 or whatever,
right? Or 10,
whatever it was,
less hours.
It was so embarrassing.
Which was supposed to be a punishment, but you're fucking 18. You didn't give a shit. You're like, 10 and less hours a week. Perfect.
Yeah, I actually had to come in an extra day because we did the 4 10-hour days. So I just did that, but I also didn't have to do any of like the cleaning and stuff. So it was like,
it's a part of the job we didn't like anyway.
Yeah.
And then the worst part is we'd be 2 hours late, right? We'd get there at 9. The farm would open at 10, and at 9:55, instead of like getting ready to take the train or whatever we were supposed to do, we'd be like, hey, we're gonna run over and get salad bar. And they're like, we still are cleaning. And we're like, yeah, but we open soon. So we're gonna go.
We're
We've
gonna
done
have
about
a
20 minutes of
pre-lunch.
work. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Dude, I think the worst thing about us is not only that we were several hours late multiple times a week,
yep.
is the fact that when other people that we worked with who were counting on us to be there, when they ended up becoming frustrated with our lazy dumbasses,
Yep.
we had the balls to be like, why are they so mad? Like, God, get over it. Like, we're here.
Over it. Yeah. We're here now. Okay.
Yeah, we're here. I'm working. God.
You're lucky I even showed up. God, we were the worst, dude. And we've never had that problem at any other place.
Well, yeah. It's just because it was so relaxed and the traffic, bro.
The traffic.
Honestly, though, we both had to do like a similar route to get to that job. And once you got to a certain point, there was just construction every single day of the year in this one area. And it was always just like one lane. And then I had like a few flat tires and like just I hit a pothole or two. Like it was just a nightmare. But
are you just naming the excuses that weren't real? And then your grandma got punched in the face or something.
Yeah. The gorilla broke loose from the zoo. He got him.
Rest in peace, Harambe. Dick's out. Are we doing it?
That's not what I was going to actually talk about, but now you proved my point the opposite way.
Sorry. Well, no. Okay, so let's backtrack a little bit.
Yeah.
Besides that, which my last point about it, it's the only job that it ever happened at. Maybe it was the job's fault. All right. I'm not trying to be toxic, but okay. If Missy, Steph, if you're listening, you got something to say. It was your fault. All right.
Oh my gosh. I feel so sorry for them. I'm so sorry we were such assholes.
Oh, we were the worst. But anyways, okay. So backtrack it.
We were too worried about writing shitty songs than actually working.
Dude, are we gonna re-record the last Saturday EP, dog?
We can.
Wait, hold on.
I have to relearn all those stupid songs again, though.
We're getting way off topic, and I have to listen to a bunch of songs we used to listen to back in the day so I can remember what the lyrics were because I stole all of them. But anyways, yes, if I go back to all the jobs that I've had, I'd say the majority of the time I'm pretty awesome at them. I'd say I'm pretty good at my jobs. Yeah.
It's because you have like a positive attitude and you don't want to fail.
And I'm smarter than everybody else, but also what you're saying. Yeah.
You don't want to be that guy that people are like, oh, Robbie's here. You want to be counted on. You want to be able to like at the end of the year be like, yeah, I did this, and that, and whatever. Dude, I had to do a bunch of like interviews, like job interviews, I guess, this last week. And it was so insane to me how many people just didn't bring that I want this job energy.
Really?
It was just really uncomfortable. I'm assuming that they have their current jobs because they had like a job fair and they were like, hey, are you American? And they were like, maybe. And they were like, get in. Like,
they're like, no. And they're like, still fine.
Yeah, exactly. Like, just hide when that guy comes over. Like, dude, it's just really weird. I don't really know. I can't imagine. I'm an introvert, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm going to go to an interview, I'm going to sell it. Like, I'm going to immediately be like, here's a PowerPoint of why I'm awesome. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to be super energized and ready to go. And those people just, not everybody, certain people just seemed like they were just like, whatever.
Were they at least like dressed nice and like their hair was combed?
Here and there.
They weren't wearing like joggers and
no.
Maybe they gained weight in quarantine, dude. I know.
I did have a guy who had tattoos on his face, which, you know, whatever.
Sure. Yeah, whatever
you want. It's probably going to be hard for you though. Unless you're working at Zoomies or Vans
or
Hot Topic,
singing songs and your name's Post Malone. Like,
it's probably going to be tough for you in this world. Not that I'm saying that those are mistakes,
dude,
just maybe not the best options for your current predicament that you're in.
I hate to take away from what you're talking about here. We can get back to it, but
I forgot what the fuck we were even talking about.
Honestly, so I'll just save both of us right now because I'm awesome. But do you remember the first time I left working the farmyard that we worked at together? And I went and was working in the city as like a door-to-door Spark Energy salesman.
Yes.
Remember that? First and foremost, the guy who was training me was like, oh, I'll show you how to do it. Call your mom and I'll sign her up. which is fine. It didn't do anything bad to us, but that's my sale. That's my mom. He was like, yeah, nice to meet you, Rob. Let me just have sex with your mom and never call her again. Like, what? How dare you? But anyway,
that's a good technique, though. Honestly,
yeah, he
that
was
dude's
like
probably got a million sales based on that,
because
and
it's all
everybody's
commission.
had the same reaction that you're having 20 years later.
And so when you first start, they put you in like, I think, the harder spots. You got to prove yourself, and then you get better neighborhoods or whatever.
Sure.
And so like my first day, or maybe my second day out training, we're walking around this neighborhood, and I speak a little bit of Spanish, and I knock on the door, and this like little old lady comes to the door, and she doesn't speak any English. So I'm like explaining it to her in Spanish, and it's going okay. You know, I'm like, energía más cheap or whatever. And she's like, hold on, let me get my son. So she walks away, and I'm like, I'm probably like west side of Chicago or something like that.
Sure.
And her son comes to the door, and he literally has like his mother's face, the Virgin Mary tattooed on the back of his head, and then like maybe his third grade teacher. I don't know who the third lady was. I didn't recognize her. I'm sorry. I didn't feel like asking. And he had like 4 or 5 teardrops tattooed on his face, which you've heard that probably means maybe he killed 5 people.
You're sad. Oh,
yeah. No, you're sad. You were a sad clown in a school play once, and you really related to it. But he comes to the door, and I'm like immediately terrified.
Yeah.
And he's like, what's up? Sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like any certain kind of way, but
no, you made it sound what it was.
Okay. And I'm not stereotyping. I spoke to this guy. That's how he sounded. And I was like, yeah, well, spark energy, and it's decommissioned from ComEd. It's cheaper, blah, blah, blah. And he kind of paused for a second and looked at me. And I'm like peeking down at his hands to see if he's got a gun, because I'm like terrified. He apparently must hate door-to-door salesmen. And I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he broke the tension. He's like, no, it's okay, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being out here doing your job. But we're just really not interested at this point. Take my number down. Maybe call me again in a couple months, and we'll see once been working here a little bit more. And I took a big deep breath. I was like, honestly, I love you. Thank you. I kissed him on his forehead.
Yeah.
Which he didn't appreciate.
That's where his dad's face is going.
Yeah, just right there at the front.
Just El Padre right there.
And then
that's hilarious.
And then the next day I was supposed to start working on my own, and I had a mental breakdown in the car, and I called and quit and drove back to Lamb's Farm. Oh shit. I said the name of
it. It's fine, dude.
Trying to keep it out. Anyways, and Tracy was like, yeah, we'll take you back. Like immediately. And I told Juan where I was going to be working, and he was like, oh no, right by that school? I was like, yeah. He's like, dude, people get shot there like every day over the summer.
That's probably why you're so paranoid, bro. You have moments where
I've been in these situations that really should have turned out bad, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why I always end up there, but I don't know if it's like, I've noticed a few things since I quit smoking weed. Is like, one, now I'm more scatterbrained. Like maybe weed made me a superhero. I had no idea. But also, like, now I'm anxious and paranoid all the time.
Were you ever not when you were high?
From time to time, like
the thing that people say that
they say that, but I'm a pretty take things as they come kind of guy. Like, I don't get too nervous about stuff.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Hardly working. But like for my 30th birthday, I accidentally ate 100 milligram edible. I thought it was a 20 milligram edible. And I thought I was gonna die. I had to like go into the mirror in the bathroom and be like, no one has ever died from weed. Everything is, you're fine. You're gonna live.
I remember you telling me that story. You were sitting with like my brother, like Mike Finch and whoever, and everybody was just like trying not to actively freak out.
Well, because I told everyone I accidentally drugged my friends, dude. I was like, these are all 20 milligram edibles. And so then I went and sat back down on the couch. I was like, guys, I thought I was dying there for a second. Like I was so high, I thought I was going to die. And all 3 of them were like, oh my God, thank God I'm not the only one. I've been thinking about it for 45 minutes.
It's so
Oh.
fucking funny, dude.
And then we all had fun after that, but in the moment. But no,
Can
now
you
I'm like more
imagine
paranoid now.
their feeling though? I mean, you felt it too, but them
Yeah.
trying not to be like the puss who's like,
The
hey, I
one.
can't handle this. And just being like, oh God, somebody say something.
Yeah, seriously. Thank God I said it, because then after that, and then the next morning I read the packaging and I was like, oh, we all got 5 times higher than we meant to, you know. And it was legal
Hilarious.
then, luckily. So
That's
this
hilarious.
isn't inappropriate.
No, I mean,
But yeah, I get super. I got out of the shower the other day. I shink for kink.
yeah,
I
that's a
Polaroid
shower noise.
pictured
Yeah.
the curtain open, and I start drying myself off, which takes a while. It's a lot of surface area, but I'm like, look, I left the door open so the dogs could come in and stuff. They'd be fine.
Sure.
And I'm like, what if someone just came around the corner with a knife right now and just murdered me?
I mean,
And so then I'm like, someone's going to. So I'm like staring at the door. I'm like drawing my face around my eyes so I can keep my eyes open. Oh,
that's
dude.
hilarious. I mean,
There's something.
showers can get to you because
Yeah.
you're in there alone, not knowing what else is happening in
Yeah.
the house. Like, you're right. There could be
Vulnerable.
somebody. I take it upon myself to randomly punch my shower curtain just in case there's somebody in there that I didn't know was hiding.
Yeah. What
Like,
are you
I'll
gonna
be
do
like,
if you feel like something?
dude, I am gonna shit my fucking pants. Like, if I feel like a lump, like a dense person, I'm done.
Yeah. No,
I might,
absolutely.
you know what? I might just jump on it.
Yeah.
Like, I might just like all over it, hoping that it's like a joke and it can be a fun story later. But really, I need to like help my family get out the door.
Yeah, no, you
But
just
randomly, I'll
jump
just be
on 'em.
like, I gotta pee, and I'll just be like looking at the shower. Subtly, I'll just be like,
Just real quick.
just
And
punch it real quick.
The curtain kind of flails a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Like, all right, we're alive. Or I'll just just like super fast open
Dude,
it up.
you could be a Foley artist. That was a pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, that was less good, but the first one, I literally felt the rings like colliding with each other to open the
I
shower.
agree. I surprised myself with the first one.
Yeah, that's
Anyway, no, I completely agree with that. So
I mean, that's how you become. That's how humans became like alive still, because we
Yeah.
were smart enough to be like, yeah, let's stay out of the jungle. There's a lion in there.
Yep.
Just let's assume there's a lion everywhere and let's just stay out here. We'll build some structures, get that Play-Doh, we'll start making a house out of it. And now that's where we live. And that's how civilization happened. We were just
Yeah.
like smarter than the other animals that are like, I wonder if there's berries in here. You're gonna get eaten.
Yeah, it's like, okay, endangered list, sure, maybe be smart enough not to get murdered. Okay,
Exactly. Also,
your rhinoceros.
who are on those endangered lists? What's the main animal that we're always like, I hope they fuck tomorrow?
Do you have an answer for this?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what it is.
Pandas, bro.
Oh, okay.
Pandas were always like, hey, can you guys just fuck, please, so we can have
Yeah.
more than 3 of you? And they're like,
And they're just like,
no.
"Oh, but I'm comfy
Yeah.
eating bamboo or eucalyptus." I'm like,
Eucalyptus, I think that's koalas, bro.
excuse me.
It's
Sorry,
a bear. It's a
Jordan.
bear. You're right.
All right. Sorry, I don't know which fucking bears eat which weird plants. Okay.
What's that Jim Jeffries bit where he's like, you put me in a cage with anything, and I'll fuck it. Like, he's just talking about there's 2 pandas that don't want to fuck each other. Like, I don't know what's wrong with them.
Well, and it's like,
I
how
mean,
are
they do have an
pandas
audience.
extinct?
Yeah.
That's true.
They have like 40 scientists like, do it.
Yeah.
Touch her.
Judging the
You
size of their
weirdos.
wiener.
Yeah.
Like, he's
Dude.
like, oh, I can't get it up with all of you watching.
Yeah, exactly. If you just leave me alone,
Yeah.
build me a hut.
But it's like, how are pandas going extinct when they're obviously so good at kung fu, you know?
Honestly, dude, that's a good point. Maybe they're extinct because nobody wants to fuck with them. Literally, because they're gonna karate chop them to death. They're
Hey.
gonna, they're gonna get a praying mantis friend. I've never seen the movie. I don't know.
Hey.
They're gonna get a praying mantis friend. I've never seen the movie. I don't know. 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 You're gonna break that microphone.
Yeah, well, maybe it shouldn't be such a little biatch. Can't handle me.
Yeah, that's the energy we need for this. Is real threatening, not inviting.
Should I just change my whole life and be threatening from now on?
Honestly, I've had many more. This is so embarrassing, but I've had a lot of Karen moments since I've been out here.
I know a little bit. I know.
And
Let's hear it.
It's because I don't like the idea that somebody is fucking me over.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
we went, this is so silly, but we went to
it wasn't because you weren't like wearing a mask or anything.
No,
like...
no. Just annoyed at the policies of certain companies or organizations. Like we bought some furniture from this place, right?
Yeah.
So we go in, we were gonna finance it, but we were like, you know what? It was too hard. We don't have Nevada IDs, so they were like, we're gonna need like proof of residency, whatever.
Yeah.
And so we were like, you know what? We'll just pay for this right now. We have, credit cards, whatever. We can do it right now. So for some reason, that charge created an account, a specific account number from me. And the next time we went to that same store, because they have everything, we were going to finance it because we brought all that paperwork that we needed. And so we did that. Stuff got approved. Everything's great. We're ready to do the thing. And they're like, oh, forgot to tell you, for my charge, we had to pay for like this $60 thing that's free shipping for a whole year. Some bullshit. Like, honestly,
because you're gonna buy another couch.
Yeah, like
next year.
That's
like
we knew that we were gonna buy more stuff probably, so we paid for it and we were fine. But anyway, that's the main part of the story. So when we go to do the next order, they do it under Steph's account number that she created. But somehow they're not able to determine that we're together and we already paid for that $60 charge.
Yeah.
And so we're sitting there and the lady's like, yeah, there's nothing we can do. You guys already paid for it on the other one, but you already did this account, which I wish they would have just noticed. And like after like 30 seconds of me listening to this, I started to become very annoyed with the fact that like you can't tell, like we're here together. We can't use the other account.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck is going on? And ladies
delete the purchase.
Oh, dude, I was I got very very annoyed and kind of heated. But I'm the kind of person that's like, listen, Maribel, I don't know what's wrong, but you need to put it. I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault.
Yes,
I know it's
dude,
not you. Like I immediately was just like, I know it's not you. I know it's like something to do with your system, but your system is fucking stupid. Yeah. And like I just started to become very annoyed. And I had probably 5 or 6 moments like that out here where Steph's like, are you all right? And I'm like,
yeah.
I just want things to be the way they want, like the way they Steph's are. Like, why can't they just
like, I moved to Reno with a monster. Jeez, I gotta get out of here. No,
suddenly
I'm with
though,
you.
If I weren't to do that, I got that delivery fee knocked off because I was annoyed. And that kind of sucks. You kind of have to play that card every once in a while. Yeah. But I don't know. It doesn't make me feel good, but it also kind of gives me like an adrenaline boost because I'm like, oh, Maribel's gonna fucking feel this.
I feel like, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like, if I know that I need something, then I'll gas myself up to be a dick before I get, because I'm so not a dick.
Yeah.
I'm way too nice.
Yeah.
So I'll usually start nice, ask once or twice. And then it's like when things start to, when I know that if I'm just an asshole, I'll get my money back. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And then I'll just fly way off the handle, right? You just go way higher than you need to.
Yeah.
And then it's the roller coaster ride, right? And then you come right back down afterwards. I agree. Because I feel like almost like I passed out and I peed my pants. And then I wake up and I'm like, oh God, I'm so embarrassed, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like you see red and then you come back and you're like, God.
We had another situation where we bought a couple of pillows from this place because we needed them.
Yeah.
And they told us we had like a 30-day, you could exchange it. There were some like fancy pillows. So we were like, you know what? We're actually going to exchange it. So we went to another store, but the same fucking company, and was like, hey, we brought this pillow. We were on our way to this other place. Can we just exchange it? And the guy's like, oh, did you buy it from the other store? And like immediately I'm like, Why would that fucking matter?
You're like, here we go.
Like,
All
why
right.
why would that matter? And the guy's like, oh, okay, 1 second. He's like typing on the computer and he's like, yeah, there's nothing I can do. Technically, that's a part of their inventory, and I
Yeah.
work in inventory. So I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I know it.
I have the receipt, I have the email. What the fuck? And I didn't go crazy, but I definitely
Sure.
was annoyed. And Steph was like, you didn't have to be mean to him. And I was like,
Yeah.
I wasn't mean. I was just annoyed. Like, that's the like, if
Well,
no company has ever done that. Like, if you buy something from one Walmart and I drive 8,000 miles away, that Walmart is going to be able to return the item that I bought from the previous one. You know what I mean?
exactly.
Like, I was so
yeah.
confused by that. It was so annoying.
I think really, if I could just take everything we've talked about and sum it up into like a sentence or two that kind of explains all of it, it's like, you're an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, you're a freaking dick. That's
Yeah.
really what it boils down to. I think.
Sometimes I feel like you have to.
Yeah, no,
Like,
you're
what
just
do
you're
you
an
guys pay
ass.
for what do you guys pay for cable? Do you guys have cable?
I have Hulu. We pay for internet, and then I have like Hulu Live.
Gotcha. So
$60
we
or
have
whatever.
the same thing. We were a trendsetter. We did it way before you.
Well,
But we had to almost negotiate with like DirecTV like 8 times because I was like,
Mhm.
dude, it's so expensive. And they're like, but you're done with our introductory fee or whatever. And I'd be like,
Yep.
then cancel it then. Like, I don't want this. And they're
Yeah.
like, you know what? Because you're our newest customer, we could take off
Dude.
$100. And you're like, fuck you, man.
Where were you a second ago?
Yeah, all I have to do is argue with you, and you're just like, just kidding. Sorry, we'll give it to you for free. Deal with
you
it.
know, they're like, hold on, let me just talk to my manager real fast. They put you on hold, and they're like,
For those of you listening, Robbie's picking his nose
and eating it. They
and
eat it.
eating it. Sorry, yeah,
But they're like, boing, 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 boing,
flicking it around the room.
boing, boing, pulling out nose hairs, and then they're like, I just talked to my boss.
Yeah,
We'll take off. It's only going to cost you $5 a month.
dude, I had Sirius XM radio for like 3 or 4 years because I loved listening to Howard Stern.
Sure.
And then after a while, I was like, you know what? It's really expensive. I'm not really driving that much. It's not a big deal. I'm just going to cancel it. So I did, no problem. Then they sent me like this thing in the mail that was like $6 for 6 months. And I was like, okay, whatever. That's cool.
Yeah, why not?
So I called them, did the whole deal. Howard's not included in that package. So I was like, because they want you to pay. I mean, it's entertaining radio, right?
He's Howard.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's
I
Howard.
called them back and I said, hey, man, if Howard's not included in this, I don't need it. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. And they're like, well, we can't give you Howard for that price. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
No
cool.
worries. I don't need it. That's why I canceled in the first
No
place.
thanks.
He's the only reason why I'd want to listen. And then, like you said, a second later, they were like, well, we can make an exception. So I got Howard for like 6 months for $6.
Mhm.
After the 6 months canceled, they sent me another thing very, very similar, 6 months, $6. I
Mhm.
called again and I was like, listen, I don't want to go through this whole thing. If you can't give me Howard right now, I'm not even going to pursue this any further. And they were like, but we can't. And I was like, but you can. And they were like, okay, we can. And I was like,
All right, fine.
this is so stupid.
Sure.
I have to like argue with you just for like the purpose of him being like, he has to put it in my file, argumentative.
Oh yeah. Just write it down. He's gonna not do it. I
It's
feel
so
like
silly.
we're cranky a little bit. And I think it's because we're 31.
Yeah.
You know,
I think it has to happen.
I think it's
And
gotta be.
It's just the way it is. And ding, 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 dude. We are at 1 hour, which means it's time for our classic segment, Fuggin' Idiot of the Week. It's not that long.
That guy's a fucking idiot. I don't
There you
know.
go. There you go. You got one this week, bro?
Yeah, I got one.
Good.
It's not as who'd I do last week, right? Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, the
My
worst person in the
favorite-
world. I'm
my
wearing my
favorite
Bears hat
quarterback.
today so that I can will Russell Wilson to please come to
I
our
was
team.
gonna say I need a new favorite quarterback in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? NFC Central, North,
Yeah,
North.
it's like, wait, where are we?
Southeast,
Whatever. NFC North.
Middle East,
Yep, that's where it
the
is.
NFC Middle East. Anyway, yeah, Russell Wilson. I'm sure you're watching. Please come to the Bears.
Please,
We would
Russ.
really appreciate it.
We promise we won't ruin your career much.
Well,
Mm.
but but you'll be in Chicago. It's
Your
beautiful.
offensive line won't stop anybody, but you'll be able to run around.
Yeah.
And be fun.
Except for Charles Leno Jr., because he's married to a girl I know from high school. Pound it. He's the best
Hello.
offensive line in the NFL because of that. Anyway, yeah, please come to the Bears. Let's get to the fucking idiot of the week.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to change mine now to Russell Wilson. No, okay. I'll wait until he actually signs.
Please.
So mine is kind of an innovative guy who saw a need for something and took advantage of that. Hugh Hefner. No. In 2009, this guy named Adam Lowy was working for his family moving company. And he noticed that when he would show up to these houses and pack them up and take them, people left behind a bunch of food, like canned goods, stuff that doesn't really go bad technically.
Mm-hmm.
And so he started a company that when you move and you don't want to take that food with you, he'll go pick it up and donate it to homeless people and food shelters that are in need of more supplies, because obviously there's a lot of people in this country that struggle.
Yeah.
A lot of people need the support and the help to feed their families. There's children that, that's the most heartbreaking, is when there's children that don't get the nutrients they need.
Sure.
And this guy, Adam Lowy, hopefully I'm saying that right, saw an opportunity and he took it. And that's why this beautiful human being making a difference in the world is my fucking idiot of the week.
That's great, dude. Honestly, like, I feel like nobody wants old beans, so yeah, let's just give them the people that don't have anything.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah. I mean,
does he pay?
How did you take that heartwarming story?
Does he pay people to take that stuff, or does he just show up and they're like, you know what, just get rid of it?
I'm wondering if, he gets paid, right?
Yeah, that's what. See, yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's what you're okay. Maybe be clear about what you're trying to say.
Actually,
when you're
no.
dissing my
I'm
fucking
thinking,
idiot of the week.
Does he pay them for the food? Like, that's what I'm asking. Like,
I
wouldn't just give him my beans. I'd be like, no, these are my beans.
Word on the street is
your
you're serving your beans up for anyone who'll listen, dog. All right. You're like, hey, ladies, gentlemen, whoever, you want my beans? Come and get them. Ring a ding ding. No, that's the dinner bell.
That's cool, man. I mean, as long as it's going to a good cause, like, that's awesome.
Yeah, like,
But who's throwing away beans? Like,
true.
They last forever. They're
non-perishable.
And that's why
you
know what that means? They'll never perish. I think. I don't know.
Oh my God, you're so right.
No, that's a good one. You want to know mine? Because mine is going to blow yours out of the fucking water.
Oh yeah,
it's actually it's a really cute story.
It fucking better be now.
So the article that I read did not have any last names, which somehow bothers me a little bit. Like, if I can't be specific, like you were, that Lowy guy or whatever his fucking name was again.
Adam
Lowy.
Lowy.
Like,
I know.
It's cool that you know that, right? All I have is Jason and Hagen are the two names in this story. Hagen, Hagan. Anyway,
I'm not going to start tearing someone down already. Let's hear it.
Okay. Hagen is like a 2-year-old. Okay. Him and his family are on a airplane
right now
from Arkansas to Texas.
Okay.
Let me read this right. 1 second.
Going to party down in Texas. No masks.
Yeah. So they fly from Arkansas to Texas, which, what is there to do in any of those states? Anyway, it's him and his family, right?
Hate women and
he
Mexicans.
Accidentally left his Buzz Lightyear toy at the Arkansas airport. They didn't realize it till they were like in a rental car in Texas already.
Yeah.
So obviously it's not going to be able to, be reunited with them, whatever. There was a Southwest Airlines employee named Jason who found the Buzz Lightyear, did some research because his fucking name was written on the fucking bottom of fucking
No,
Buzz Lightyear's
dude.
fucking boot.
No way.
He just did like a whatever the manifest was. He looked up Hagen, found out where
Hagen.
they live, got their
No one else
info.
in the world has ever had that name, by the way.
Literally,
First name Hagen.
I don't
never.
even know if I'm even pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
Hagan.
Hagen. Last name Das.
Das.
All right.
And
Anyway.
so yeah, dude, when I read that, I was like, when he read that he read the name on the boot, I was like, get the fuck out of here. That's
Get
such
the
bullshit.
fuck out of here, bro. Come
So,
on.
He finds where the kid lives, sends it to him, but not only does he send it to them, before he puts it like in a package, he takes a bunch of photos of Buzz Lightyear in the airport and outside, like near the planes and stuff.
Dude.
Sends a handwritten note as Buzz Lightyear. So it says like, Hagen, my trip to Arkansas is nearly complete. I've learned a lot of stuff. I can't remember how it goes. I'll put up a screenshot of the
Sure.
actual letter. And he sent it back. And for one thing, like, it's the cutest story ever. Like, fucking Jason is an awesome person for going through all of those and not just being like, throw it out. Like that's super cool. For one, that kid is for sure believing that Buzz Lightyear is alive.
Yeah,
for sure.
Which is probably detrimental in the long run, but for now, that's super cute.
He's gonna be like 20 and be like, one time I left Arkansas. You're never gonna believe this. Buzz had his own ideas. And they're gonna be like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
Hagen.
And they're like, yeah, Buzz was hanging out with the Tooth Fairy. But anyways, go ahead.
So yeah, he returned it in the mail with the letter and all these pictures, and like, it's just a super cool story. I don't know,
dude.
Part of me thinks like Jason should have been working and not fucking around with this fucking action figure the entire day.
Yeah. Was he getting paid for this?
I don't know, but it's super cool. The fact that he actually wrote his fucking name on the bottom of the shoe, that's awesome.
Dude, I don't even, what could we possibly say that would top that? What a beautiful thing. I'm gonna be honest, I've never done it. And I'd probably be really bad at it, but Jason, I'm sending you a voucher for a blowjob, dude. If you, I'll blow you after that, bro.
Jason, honestly, it's not worth it, bro.
No, yeah. I have a horrible gag reflex. I'm for sure gonna vomit all over your dick, but like, if you want it, you got it, bro. What a story.
Wow. Yeah, that's a little bit too far. I don't want it to become that, but Jason, if you're down, I appreciate it. You're my fucking idiot of the week.
And Jordan will also give you a blowjob.
Right. Whatever.
Woohoo! Dude, what a story.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That woke me back up. I was coming down a little bit. I'm eating less, so you know what I mean?
Well, you're off the drugs now, so it's like
seriously,
your body's confused. Dude, you know what I had a thought the other day?
What?
It's called, when you get something not from the pharmacy, it's called over the counter, right?
Over the counter, yeah.
That's the dumbest fucking possible name for that cut, because as far as I'm concerned, every single Walgreens I've ever been to, the pharmacy has a counter. And for me, I always thought of it like over the counter. They're giving it to me over the counter.
Yeah.
So like people would be like, yeah, I got a sore. Exactly. People would be like, yeah, I got a sore throat. I just got to get some over the counter. And I'd be like, oh, relax. Just get some Halls. They're right on the rack. You don't have to go anywhere near the counter.
The in the aisle meds.
Yeah.
The in the aisle or whatever.
That's all I don't know what else you could say other than just like the medicine that doesn't work as well.
Yeah. The not so bad or whatever.
Yeah. Like I remember I had a flu like last year, and I was just trying to NyQuil it out of me. And at one point I was just too sick, and I went up to my boss and he was like, you look horrible. What's wrong? And I was like, I need the real medicine that the guys behind the counter have. Like I was like, Dayquil and Advil and Tylenol just aren't fucking doing it for me. I was for real. I was having a real rough time.
I wanted to tear you apart. I wanted to tear you apart at first because I was like, how is that stupid? But you're 100% correct.
It's just silly. I don't know. Over the counter. It's
under the counter.
There's a lot of counters.
Yeah. And it's like, where the fuck did that phrase, a counter. What even does that mean? I don't
I-
use it to check how many beans I have,
Yeah, I don't know, man. But it's
No.
like almost like nonfiction and fiction. Like you already had fiction.
Yeah.
You could have just made up another word and not make it confusing.
Well, or like put a little effort into it,
Yeah.
Fiction isn't a word besides what it means, right?
Dude, who knows? There's so many fucking words.
Like we've said before, we're fucking idiots, dude. There's no
Yeah.
way we know, but
There's no
yeah,
way.
nonfiction, that's like caffeinated and decaf, like
But D,
figure it out.
honestly, I don't even care about that one that much.
No, me neither.
Nonfiction and fiction confuses every child for like years.
Yeah. To this day, I'm like, oh, I was just reading some nonfiction. Harry Potter was living under the, and they're like, it's the real story. I don't know.
It's
confusing.
based on a true story. Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. There's one thing I wanted to talk about that you were talking about before.
Oh god.
The umbrella, because I think that's
Oh.
a cool story. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I didn't do any research about this, so I won't
That's
have
fine.
any specific names. So I'm just gonna say Jason and Hagen again.
Okay, perfect.
Dude, I have this calendar at work where you pull off the dates each week,
Yeah.
every day, and
It's
it's
like
a,
office quotes or something.
it's like a History Channel one
Hmm.
that's like unexplained mysteries, and literally 90% of the time they're like, they saw aliens once.
Just like a good old fashioned fiction calendar.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
totally true.
Just
100%
totally
true.
not fiction.
Not fiction. Yeah.
And yeah, most of the time it's like the 1800s. There was a boy that looked like he'd been eaten by wolves, and there had never a wolf in that town. So it's just like like whatever. But this one the other day had one that said an umbrella assassin, and I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Yeah.
And honestly, dude, the office quotes that you're talking about are like what, like a little sentence. It'll just be
Yeah.
like dream big from Miss Colorado. It'll just say like something
Yeah.
stupid. These ones are like full essays. So I'm like, oh god, I gotta take my lunch break early so I can read this fucking thing.
Yeah, just to
And,
know what day it is.
This one was like, it was somebody like from like early World War I, maybe. I can't remember specifically, but somebody was waiting for like a bus, and another person behind him was holding an umbrella and like dropped the umbrella in a way that the pointy end like poked into the guy.
Yeah.
But it was just like a non-issue. The guy was probably like, hey, watch your umbrella, Jason. Like he was probably just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But later on, that Hagen in the story died like 3 days later, because it turns out that umbrella had like a needle in it, and he was injected with like a lethal dose of ricin.
Oof.
And like honestly, it just made me think like, what other household type of utility
yeah
have people been killed with, not knowing 4 days later they're going to die because they were hit in the ass with like a radioactive spatula.
Yep.
They didn't know. Like I don't know, it's kind of crazy to me.
Like
I feel like that's
someone
the
a
way to kill
glass
people
and-
though.
Ow, my hand.
Yeah.
Dead.
I mean, I don't know how to make ricin. I'm assuming it has something to do with rice and
raisins.
yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
sounds disgusting, honestly, those two
Mhm.
combinations. So that probably means it's lethal.
Speak for yourself.
I would
Mhm.
assume.
I'm wondering if that guy with the ricin umbrella was on his way to kill someone else, and he really did accidentally drop it, and like it hit the guy, and he's like, "Oh shit! Do I tell this guy? Just walk away, Jason. Just walk away." Right?
Hagen's not your fault.
Yeah.
It was rainy. You could have had the umbrella out. It slipped. I get it, dude. You're probably right.
Honestly, and
I
he was
wonder
like,
how many.
"Shit."
I wonder how many
Now-
hitmen have accidentally killed different targets and been like, "You said there was a guy with a beard," and you're like,
Yeah. That's a
you
bunch of people.
"You weren't
Ooh.
specific enough." Fuck.
They were like, "Oh, he was at the theater." And they're like, "Not the president of the free world. What are you talking about?"
You said it was a guy with a hat. Fuck.
I said Abraham Lincoln, not a C, a G.
Enunciate, bro. Fuck.
That's so stupid.
No, it's true, man.
And then that guy on the way home had to run by the supermarket and pick up some more rice and some more raisins
And
make
mix them
some
together,
poison.
make some
Yeah,
poison.
just to kill somebody else.
Aren't cherry pits like if you crush them?
Arsenic.
Like it's a cyanide.
Cyanide. Arsenic.
Pretty sure it's cyanide.
I
don't know
Tide
who figured
Pods.
that out, but
There's Tide Pods in them.
that could be, honestly. We got our washer and dryer this week, so we have been not using Tide Pods because we don't have those, but
good.
We have been washing clothes.
Good. I'm proud of you.
It's been pretty fun. I've hit my hat on this mic like 18 times. Like
yeah,
the brim, I just keep whacking it.
You deserve it.
I haven't hit it hard, but I've hit it enough that I just need to quit hitting it. You know. You got anything else, bro?
Sexy thing? I don't know, dude. Honestly, I'm gonna be late for work, and I don't even care about you or this podcast anymore. So,
all right,
I'm just kidding.
That seems
harsh. Let's throw a little current events out there. I think Jeff Bezos is. I didn't want to call. I think her name's Mackenzie. Jeff Bezos' wife. I don't just want to call her Jeff Bezos' wife because I think she does ex-wife. Excuse me. I think she does some Mackenzie Scott, pretty amazing things in the world with all those billions of dollars.
Yeah.
Got remarried.
Oh my God. Who'd she get married to? Scrooge McDuck? Because that's
the
only other person that would
rich
be able
enough,
to be on the same level as her.
As her just diving into his billions. But no, oddly enough, not anyone famous or rich, I don't think. It's a teacher at her son's school, and
like a high school,
maybe, or like a middle school. I don't know how old her kids are. But all I could think was like, that guy eats some kitty, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, why else? She was probably like, fine, I'll go on a one date with him. I'm freshly divorced. And he just beatboxed on that clitoris. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
why else?
He could just be a nice guy. But I feel like if it's her, though, if I'm her,
yeah,
anybody I talk to, I'd be like, you know about my money, don't you?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I would feel so uncomfortable. Honestly, I was just having this thought as you were talking to me. How does the bank even keep track?
Do you need a special account to have that much money?
I feel like you need like a specific iPhone that only kept track of your money, because it would be too much data for your normal iPhone to fucking deal with.
Yeah. Well, now that we're rich from this podcast, ding, ding, ding. We're gonna have to find out, because do bank accounts just like cap at like $200? I mean, I've never had more than that in my account, so I don't know.
Got to, man. I feel like that's what they're talking about when they want to like reset. They don't want like the banks to know. Once you get up to 201, I feel like everything just shuts down.
We'll find out someday.
It's gotta be someday. Until then, a couple more weeks, we're gonna have 2 of these.
If I could just find a billionaire divorcee and tongue puncher fart box, maybe I'll find out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you would be so fucking motivated.
Oh yeah, dude.
You would not.
I don't give a shit.
You would be so motivated to make sure that you are bringing the heat.
Oh yeah, dude. If I could just find like a single mom that owns a house, bro, I'll do whatever you need. You know what I mean?
Well, you heard that, ladies. Heard it here
ladies, first. Shoot me a text.
Wink. Write us in the comments.
Oh, we didn't say that at all. Now no one's gonna like or subscribe.
It's kind of over with, bro. Like, I feel like we're gonna top out at 48, and each podcast will have 2 comments from both of us. That's just kind of what it's gonna go. It's
literally like 2 of our friends, and then we reply to them. Yeah. And every time I open up the statistics, it's like 4 comments. Hey,
I'm just going to comment as much as I can just to make it look like we're really rolling, you know.
I shouldn't admit this,
Oh
but
God.
so obviously
That's
everything
what
I
this
do
whole
these,
podcast is about, is admitting
yeah,
things we
just
did not want to admit to each other, but now we're just broadcasting it to the world.
so when Jordan and I were 19, no, I'm just kidding. You know what I was gonna say too. We're not telling that fucking story. That's for goddamn sure. No,
Uh,
so I've kind of gotten off Facebook a little bit. It's just for old people and it's like depressing. I just can't be a part of it anymore.
Sure.
And I discovered TikTok, which for me, someone who's kind of goofy and creative and smart and funny and good looking and you know what I mean, inspired, and everybody likes them, and I mean, or whatever.
It's the longest sentence ever.
It's just like the perfect social media for me because I can dance, sing, make funny, stupid videos or whatever.
Sure.
I made a video of me watching Shania Twain look fucking hot, got 73,000 views. But then it's like I'll do a video of me singing a song that I'm proud of and it gets like 10 views. So I don't know how the algorithm works. I've complained about it before. I'm an
Yeah.
old man, but all I'm trying to say is I'm like trying to go viral to kind of promote these things like our podcast, sustainable things, so
Mhm.
that way we can do this as a living someday, right? I'd
Yeah.
love to just, you know, talk to people that I love and get paid for it.
Sure.
It's kind of the only reason I still talk to you is so someday it could turn into a profit. Really no other motivation besides that. And and we have a Fuggin Idiots TikTok, by the way, if you want to check it
Yeah.
out, two
Yeah.
Fuggin Idiots. So when I post a video on my TikTok, this is so embarrassing. I go to the two Fuggin Idiots TikTok and I
Smart.
go to my own video and I like it and watch it like 3 times to try to generate a little bit of traffic.
Dude, you're not admitting anything that hasn't already happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoever else is like super popular on TikTok definitely has burner accounts and
That's what
definitely is cheating.
should we just like make 1,500 YouTube accounts and subscribe with all of them?
That's a good idea. One time I had to do a fantasy football draft and I wanted to do a mock draft where I could actually keep track of what was happening
Yeah.
because I wanted to use it at the draft as well.
Yeah.
And so I had to make like 12 fucking random accounts. And dude,
No way.
it was such a pain in the ass because each one was like verify the email. So I had to make an
Mhm.
email, make the username, verify it, sign in, get ready for the thing, all for every single one. And
Did you have to pick every single, because then you had to kind of plan out who you were going to pick with the other guys in
well,
order to,
what I wanted to do was use it at the actual drafts because we were going to do a live one.
yeah,
So I wanted it because it was going to give me a real time of like who was still left.
sure.
You could like pay for a version like that. I just didn't want to. So by like the third email, I was like, Jordan Field is cool at Gmail or whatever. But after like that one, I was just like fart lick cunt butts and like
Mhm.
just doing the stupidest. And now when I go to my Gmail,
Yeah.
when I go to my Gmail, it'll be like, which account? And there's just a list. And I'll just be like,
Dude.
oh, I forgot I did that one and that one.
Yep.
And like, yeah, it's pretty funny. But they're just
Jordan
getting
is
spam over and over.
racist 69.
Yeah. Velveeta Soldier for 2069.
That's that's one of my Twitter handles. I made a burner account.
That's
I'll
hilarious.
admit it now so that hopefully someday when we're famous, I can use it and only the OGs will know. But there's something freeing about having a Twitter that nobody knows about. I
Sure.
understand why Kevin Durant did it because
Just don't fuck it up. Don't comment from
As
Velveeta and be like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah. Don't think you're in Velveeta land
yeah,
and
I'm
be
like
commenting as your own fucking comment.
and be like, Luka Doncic is just a fucking cracker, you know, like something like that.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know we were going NBA only, but you know,
That's right. I'm on the
specifically-
train now.
It's cool, man. Is that's all you
didn't-
got? That's all
I
I
didn't
got,
know-
bro.
I didn't know you were a freaking loser. You loser.
You're so good at those insults.
I
bro.
know. Yeah, that's all I got. And I gotta get dressed for work. And
All right. Well, this has been episode 6. If you want to reach us, you can reach us at any of these weird
right
things
here.
right
Ooh,
here.
right here. Yeah. Tell a friend if you're still listening. That means
Tell
that you
someone
enjoyed it.
else, bro.
Please. we love you guys for listening and for supporting us, and
Yeah, this has been
Still-
fun.
still having a
6
blast. So
in the books.
Yep.
Peace.
peace.